when you align with yourself, everything grows. The love in your life grows, the money in your life grows, the opportunities grow, everything grows. But if you don't choose to be you, it all falls away and you have all mixed results.
Can you think of an example of someone that you've seen that just like even astonished you, or do you still get astonished by like when you see it show up for somebody? Do you have, or do you just go, "Yep, that's how it works"? But do you ever
There's
have a moment
one.
where you're like, "Wow, okay, this is
There is
working"?
one. I had this one client. She's a lawyer, and I was so funny because she finished making her car payment. And I said, okay, well, you keep talking about how you want a new car someday because you had bought a used car because you didn't want your car payment to be too high. And I said, create a new car fund, call it that, an online savings account, new car fund. And it was like $300 a month or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so every month put in there. A few years went by and she was like, okay, well, there's only like 12,320 bucks in there. I'm like okay, well, you have two choices. She goes, okay, what are my choices? I said, well, you can take that as a down payment and go get a brand new car. I said, or you can get another brand new car that just has extra miles on it, it's been pre-owned, but both new to you.
Yeah.
And not have a car payment and just find the best car you can for $12,000. And she's like, what? I go, well, do you want a payment? Do you want debt? Do you want something that controls your paycheck or do you not? And I thought for sure she was going to actually buy the other. She was going to have like another $300 car payment because she had 12 grand, but it'd be a better car than she used to have. Nope. She actually went and found, she goes, well, my Toyota Camry had 225,000 miles on it. So I went and found one that had 64,000 miles on it. But I had the 12,000. And then it was the car after that. She actually had enough to buy a brand new one with cash.
With cash. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what it is you can then become your own bank.
Mm.
And that is freedom.
Well,
you never see anybody unhappy the day they pay off their car, their student loans, their credit cards, their house.
Truth. And you know what? I did one of those worksheets once where it was like, why do you want money? Or whatever it was. And then it was like, and why do you want that? And why do you want that? And it just makes you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And the answer every time is freedom. Like every time. And that's what money, I've come to realize, it means the freedom, like you said, to not take the shit when, you don't like the job or you don't like what somebody's up to or whatever it is.
Right.
And I think when we're really honest with ourselves, we're like, why am I holding myself back from this? That means freedom.
Well, and it's about finding the courage inside of yourself.
Yeah.
That knowing that you're supported, knowing that everything is working out the way that it's meant to work out. And that sometimes you have to, I had this one client, I have a group coaching every Tuesday that people, join. And I kept telling her, she's been doing it for 3 years now. And I kept saying to her, I go, you've told me you want flexibility. You told me what you want paid. You do not want to go commute to an office. And I said, and you don't want to carry, she tends to be an overworker and she doesn't want to carry her coworkers, but all things that she's done, right? And of course, the universe gave her a test to see if she's going to negotiate herself away again. And I told her, hold the line. Like the minute you give in to something you don't want, you're going to get more of it. And so she was on her last months of emergency reserves for like a bridge to get to this new world that she wanted. And I said, I'm telling you, you just keep saying, I am going to have this job with the flexibility and the pay that I want, blah, blah. It was literally like 10 days before she was almost out of money. She gets a call from a recruiter because she just held the line. And she had a couple job offers at the time frame that she'd been coaching with me that she took just so she had a bridge for money during that. And I go, you're just being tested to say, do you really want what you want? Or are you really going to hold out? And are you going to trust? She now makes more money than she's ever made. She has complete flexibility. She works from home and the entire C-suite. She's like a support person to the C-suite, all the CEO, CMO, and they love her. And she's making more money than she's ever made.
Beautiful.
And she's happy. But she had to have the courage to hold the line with what was true for her.
Yeah.
And that takes time because sometimes you're like, well, I don't know if it's going to show. So I took this one thing as like an interim and But whatever you accept and plug into, you're going to create more of that.
Yeah. Julie, what you said aha when we were like aligning at the beginning, and you have a lot of spiritualness to your work. What have you done spiritually to keep expanding this side of yourself?
Sure. Well, my journey really started with Deepak Chopra.
Ah.
And I started to realize that there was this integration between our health and our wealth.
Mm.
Um, and 20 years ago, I decided to become Ayurvedic certified. And then started like going, so I'm Ayurvedic, not only the perfect health side, but also the yoga side. And I started to realize we work things out or we act it out and we do it through our money, our health. And then years later, I was like, oh, we do this in our relationships too. So we work it out or we act it out through those 3 areas of our lives. And then after that journey, so I was into meditation and everything. And then I had a near death experience actually when I gave birth to
Wow.
baby number 4. I went
Wow.
to the light, the whole thing. And I was like, oh my God, I don't really know what to do with this. And I had worked with energy healers and stuff like that. And then I started working one-on-one with Panache Desai for years. He's kind of like a younger version of Deepak, but he channels high frequency energy. And he was a great mentor for years. Still communicate with him to this day, but I don't do one-on-ones with him anymore. But I did for 4.5 years straight.
Wow.
And Panache actually led me to the jungle. That's where I learned Aho. Where he said, "Hey, I'm teaching at Rhythmia down in Costa Rica, and you're gonna go do ayahuasca with me." And I was like, "What?" And then one of my brothers says to me, "Yeah, Jewel, I don't recommend you go to the jungle and do ayahuasca." I said, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, you're kind of a control freak, and that's all about letting go of control." And I was like, "Yeah," because I never really did any extracurricular drugs. I drank red wine, that was about it. And so I was like, I don't know, I'm just guided to go. And when I went there, it was funny. I just stood on the property and my system like freaked out. Like I saw Panache and I just like started crying. He goes, "Hold on, I'll get the shamans." And the shamans started doing all this stuff, like chants around me. And I'm like going, what the hell is going on? But all of a sudden it like was moving stuff out of me energetically. And he had them all working on me and spraying stuff out. I'm going, what the hell did I just sign up for? I was raised Irish Catholic and I'm going, what the hell? And
Good for you.
proceeded to go on this journey over a week, which I've now done 42 times since that 1 week.
Oh,
And it
really?
has, yes.
Wow.
And in that first ceremony in ayahuasca, I actually, I was post-divorced
What year was
and
this?
this is 2018.
Okay.
And I had gotten really bad PTSD from my divorce, and how it all went down. And after these first 4 ceremonies, it was gone from my nervous system, completely gone. And I'm like, this stuff is like a miracle. And I found my freedom again. I found my laughter again, is what it was.
Wow.
And it just really brought me to my core. And what I'd realized at that point is that I had built a business based on my trauma rejection and half my net worth went out the door to my ex-husband. And then I started building it actually on my authentic self and on my soul.
Yeah.
And not allowing not only clients, but anyone I interfaced with that weren't in alignment with my soul and my soul's evolution. And that's literally what I found on that journey, working with the shamans in the jungle, doing ayahuasca.
Where did your
And
near-death experience fall with that? Like, how did that come up for you, or did you see it again, or?
yeah, so it was really funny. So in 2000, it was December of 2014, I had the near-death experience, giving birth to my son.
Wow.
And it was, and within a month after that, I met Panache and did every program he had, everything, every online thing he had in 2015. And during that time period, then that's when he said, "Hey, I'll be taking 5 people one-on-one." And I was like going, "Yep,
What were you
I'm doing
searching
that."
for? Like, what did that near-death experience do something that you were
Yeah.
what was that?
So, so I was rushed to the operating table they're taking the baby out, and all of a sudden, like, people were talking to me, and I couldn't communicate back. And then I could feel myself leaving my body.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, I was up looking down on my body, but I could see the light on the other side. And everyone's trying to communicate to me, and I could turn and look at them, but I wasn't there. I couldn't respond. I couldn't anything. And at one point, my OB just like pulled the blue curtain down. He's like, Julie. And then all of a sudden, I was like, and I went right back into my body. And then I was like, okay, I'm not the same. I was like,
Yeah.
this is not the same. And what I've come to realize now is that I couldn't operate on the frequency and the timeline that I was at that time period because it wasn't authentic. And I did a quantum jump is what I believe near-death experiences are. And then in that process, then the universe started bringing me the things and the tools that I needed to try to make sense of this. And then after I started working with Panache one-on-one, it was like after like the second year before I did ayahuasca, we were at dinner with the group that he does one-on-ones with. And he goes, what? And one of the girls said, well, like, was it like your near-death experience? And he looks and he goes, do you think you should tell your guru that you had a near-death experience? And it was the funniest moment because he goes, now it all made sense. And then all of a sudden, like my sessions with him amplified everything, up-leveled, and everything started to expand. And
Wow.
yeah, my company expand. When you align with yourself, everything grows. The love in your life grows, the money in your life grows, the opportunities grow, everything grows. But if you don't choose to be you, it all falls away and you have all mixed results. Do you want to experience free coaching based on my 25 plus years as being a financial planner and ask me any question that you want to ask me to help you get past that hurdle in your financial world? I run these free workshops every other month to start to open you up to start to help you get to this next place. The information for my free workshop, click the link below and register, and I'll see you on the next workshop.